Shalom, family. I'm going to give it a minute to allow some more viewers to come in, but can you guys hear me okay? Good, good. Good. Shalom, family. Shalom. This video is titled Food Shortage Warning. Meat factories are shutting down across the country. Now, I noticed something when we went to the grocery store yesterday. And I walked by the meat department and there was no meat in the meat department. And I was like, wow, because I haven't been seeing that. You know, we saw them the first time we went, it was about a little more than a month ago when all this stuff started happening. When they started quarantining everyone, you know, to stay at home. We noticed it then when everyone was buying all of the toilet paper basically. But slowly meat started to come back on the shelves, in the supermarkets. And so, but recently, just yesterday, when I noticed, I said, wow, that's weird. There's no meat, no chicken, no anything, you know. And so I was like, that's strange, you know. I said, what's going on? You know, I knew something was going on, but I didn't know what to think of it, you know. So when I saw these articles, I was like, wow, you know. There's a few articles, a few news reports that have been popping up about all of these meat factories just shutting down because of coronavirus. And so I want to play this video for you because I said this is getting kind of crazy, folk. I'm telling you right now, if the way this is looking, there could be some serious problems, you know, if this continues. Okay, but let's watch this video.
This morning, a growing number of major meat processing plants are closed because of coronavirus. The latest, Smithfield Foods in South Dakota, a state where there is no stay-at-home order. The company shut down this plant in Sioux Falls after more than 430 employees tested positive. A quick response team from the Centers for Disease Control now on site.
We feed millions of people every day.
Smithfield President and CEO Kevin Sullivan in a video statement.
We can't stay home. We can't telecommute. Food, after all, does not get made on the internet.
78-year-old Saul Sanchez is one of 3 workers from a different company's meat processing plant who died from the virus.
It's just hard to put into words how betrayed I feel. Like, here's my dad, who was a very loyal employee in a company that did not take care of him.
His daughter believes not enough is being done to protect these workers critical to the nation's food supply. What protections, if any, did your father get at work?
None.
No PPE?
No PPE.
Health officials say Sanchez, like other industry workers, are vulnerable because employees often work elbow to elbow. The North American Meat Institute, which represents the industry, saying our members are tackling COVID-19 one day at a time. Other big companies that have recently shut down plants: Tyson, JBS, Cargill. With all the plant closures, there are fears that shoppers could soon find shortages in their local grocery stores like they did last month. And there are worries some may start panic buying, leading to even less supplies on shelves across the country. It's not just employees at meat processors worried about their health. Grocery store employees who have seen co-workers die now also asking for similar PPE protection. The United Food and Commercial Workers says at least 30 members have died from COVID-19, calling it a clear and present danger to our nation's food supply and all grocery store workers. But experts say with less meat being processed, the law of supply and demand may rule how much you see or don't see in the coming weeks in the grocery store.
That is so sad, Carrie, what's happening to the workers there. I bet shoppers are wondering when they may see the effects of that shortage in their grocery stores.
Well, experts say, Hoda, that if we're going to see this shortage, it would be about 3 weeks from now. But they point out it's very hard to calculate consumer behavior right now because of potential panic buying, much like we saw with toilet paper, where so many people purchased it. So they're keeping a very close eye on the supply as folks go to the grocery store.
All right,
Hoda?
Carrie, thank you very much.
So as you see, this is getting kind of weird. I mean, I've never seen nothing like this, you know. Let me show you this image here. This image here is a map of the meat processing plants that have closed. And as you see, some of them are limited operations, and the blues have reopened. But there's only 3 that have reopened. But look at all of the meat processing plants that have closed. And notice they're mostly up north meat processing plants because it's probably colder up north. But this is really crazy to see this many plants closing. And now this should be a concern. I'm telling you right now, this should be a real concern to those of you that eat meat. Now, somebody said in the comment section that they're vegetarian. Yeah, that's something. You know, vegetarians, they ain't gonna go miss a beat. But I got another video I'm gonna do after this one, and it's gonna show you that even you vegetarians got something to fear. Okay, now this isn't a laughing matter. This thing is serious here. Okay. We're talking about meat processing plants closing all over the United States like this. And you go in the stores and already they're getting skimpy on a lot of different things. And so, man, now what? You see? But let me tell you something. When we first started raising chickens, I had no idea it was the benefits from raising chickens. I mean, I had no idea they were this easy to raise. Had I known this, I would have been raising chickens back when I was a teenager at my home in Detroit. When we lived in Detroit, I would have been trying to raise chickens. Had I known they were this easy to raise. Now, I knew someone that lived down the street from me, Miss Reed. She had chickens. And we used to be like, man, she got chickens. But she's from down south. But she had greens growing in the front yard. She had a rooster who would crow every morning. And she had chickens, you know. And so I used to say, man, you know, how is she raising chickens in the city, you know? But now that I know what I know, it's easy to raise chickens in the city. You know, all you need is a little coop that you can put in your backyard. And the benefits is chickens will lay so many eggs. So those of you that eat eggs, they're going to lay a lot of eggs. And on top of eggs, you got the bird there for meat too, if you wanted to raise your own chickens. All I'm saying is it's not that hard to do these kind of things. And I know when you're from the city, everything seems hard as far as something like that. But trust me on it. Had I known it, I would have been there this years ago, you know. And so, that being said, I remember I talked with somebody a few years ago and I told them I was thinking about raising animals, raising livestock, you know, because I was kind of like, you know, you never know what could happen in this world. And this was some, I'm going to tell you, it had to been more than 10 years ago, you know. And I said, man, I said we as a people should really get into trying to raise our own livestock, chickens and different things like that. Even if you just have a little bit of land, a little lot, you can still do something. I said, I'm thinking about doing it. And a person told me, this is what they pretty much said was, well, what for? I mean, I could just go to the store and get chicken. If I want chicken, I just go right to the store and get it. Like that. And I said, yeah, but what if something happened and there's no chicken in the store? Then what? You understand what I'm saying? And so that time is now. Isn't this crazy? It's like we talked about this 10 years ago, and that time is going on right now. You understand? And so I'm here to tell you, family, brace yourself. There's no telling where I'm hoping things go pretty much back to normal. And that's, things get back. But I'm going to just keep it real. Looking at the way things are going with this country, it seems as if there is a push to making, just like somebody said, it's like they're trying to cause a famine. It's like they're trying, it seems like there's a push to bring about some things, and I think it's for the purpose of control maybe. But the point that I'm trying to make is we don't know where we're going with this stuff, with what's going on. And that being said, we all got to try harder, You may know someone that may have a little more land than you. They may have an acre or an extra lot of land. There's plenty of things that you can do, to try to make things better for you and your family. Growing vegetables, raising chickens, raising quail even, and other birds. You could do all of those things, and they're not that hard to do. And so I urge you all to really think about what I'm saying here, and like I said, it's not just the livestock that's in danger, because think about this, right? Okay, they mentioned supermarkets too, right? They said people in supermarkets are getting sick too. So what if they decide to close down supermarkets? And then all of a sudden they come up with some value pack of food that you have to get from the government. Y'all gotta listen to me what I'm trying to tell you here, right? You gotta understand that it can go any kind of way, right? And so you don't want to be left out there and this stuff go down like we seeing, and you haven't done anything to prepare. So, of course, they're talking about chicken, Tyson closing, a lot of your chicken place closing. And I didn't do Tyson anyway, just keeping it real. I prefer organic meat or grass-fed beef if I do beef or anything like that. I prefer grass-fed and, things that are organic. But I'm just keeping it real, y'all. It's getting kind of crazy. And just like somebody said, it's like they're trying to force the New World Order. Exactly. That's what it seemed like, right? And so we got to be prayerful. And at the same time, we got to say, okay, wait a minute, y'all. What are they trying to do here? Let me do whatever I can do. Some places have made it so you can't buy seeds at certain stores now, and so, man, I'm telling you right now, prepare, people, prepare. You never know where this is going, is all I'm saying to you. You never know. And so, that being said, do what you can, okay? And if there's someone else out there that you could work with, then you need to work with that person. You understand? You need to work with them. If you know someone that has a little bit of land and say, hey, I want to come help you on your land. I want to come help work your land, man. Just count me in on some of the crops. Whatever, I'll put in hours to help you or whatever. Just work with someone. See if there's someone you could work with to do something. And if you can, raise some chickens. If you can, just do what you can do. Do all that you can do. Now, I know we count on the Most High to bail us out of these situations like he did with the children of Israel, but how did he bail them out of their situation when they had 7 years of famine? He had Joseph store up 7 years when they had 7 years of plenty. Wow. Come on now, that's scripture. He had Joseph had Egypt store up 7 years of food during the plenty season, so that when the famine came, they were able to endure it. You understand me? This was Yah's way of preserving Israel at that time. Do you hear me? And so, still, there are places where you can still get food. There are places you can still get canned goods. There are places you can still get seeds. You know, there's things that you can still do right now while you can. You know, and it's nothing to building a chicken coop. The cost to build it is very cheap. You know. And so all I'm saying is think about all these things that I'm talking to you about, because you just don't know. I'm sending out a warning right now. I'm telling you, this is a warning, just like I said before in times past. You know, and I had people come and say that we're trying to scare people. No, we're trying to tell you what it looked like is coming our way. We talked about food shortages last year when they had the big flood, remember? And so we was always looking out for things that could happen, telling you to prepare, right? Now, just like somebody say, Track Supply still has chickens for sale. You know how much those chickens be? They be dirt cheap, $2. You know, $3 for a chicken that you could raise, and they grow fast, and before you know it, you'll be having so many eggs, and they'll be hatching so many babies, and I'm telling you, you'd be surprised at how fast things could grow, you know. So all I'm saying is, don't be slowful. You understand me? Don't be slowful. Matter of fact, you can even buy chickens online, live chickens, you know, baby chicks online. I've seen people sell them before like that. You can buy all of that stuff online, live, you know. And so it's incredible, you know, that we're in this time, but there's still people sleeping. Man, we in a serious situation here, something that none of us has ever seen before, right? And yet there are people that are still sleeping. People that still expected to go to the grocery store and find the things that they want. This is why we got to do what we got to do. You got to sit back and say, okay, wait a minute. And I'm telling you, a lot of people, when you got your stimulus check, I hope that some of you brought some seeds with that stimulus check, right? I hope you did. I hope you didn't just take it and just go out and buy things and buy this and buy that. Buy some seeds. You understand me? Buy some seeds. Plant some food. Okay? Well, I'm not going to hold you. I got another video I want to do. And so stay tuned. I hope to get this other one in the next 10 to 15 minutes. So stand by. Love you, family. Shalom.